it was to promote the BJJ performance and longevity course that I did with Jordan from Jordan Teaches Jiu-Jitsu. So that is basically what I'm talking about here. Each video is about 10 minutes. I think the longest one is like 15, but the average of 10 minutes long. And they each day focus on a different target area to achieve something in jiu-jitsu. For example, there's like multiple guard retention series. There's the elbow fix. There's the shoulder fix, etc. So if you did something like that, whether it's broken up between before and after class or split between jiu-jitsu and strength and conditioning, and if you did maybe like 4 of those a week, that's 40 minutes of mobility per week, more than you would normally be getting. And it seems less daunting than carving out a 40-minute block, which most people just simply can't do. So that's how I'd recommend tackling getting your mobility in.
I love that you're that kind of coach, that kind of don't take more out of your life. Do while you're
Yeah.
there. Just add more to it. I love how you plan and think this through, and because that series alone is worth hundreds of pounds. Yeah, well, sorry, hundreds of dollars, but hundreds of pounds. It's the quality in it, and it's like you do video after video, and it's just like this guy just knows where all like fat out of shape people need help with. And it's like you read their mind and go, okay, you got tight hips, you got tight ankles, you've got something on how to fix shoulders, all the common problem areas. One of the biggest things definitely. I have is I blow out my ass when I'm rolling. I blow out my ass when I'm pushing the limit because I'm 6'4". I'm a heavy guy. I've never really had to push it because I can always pressure pass, top game and stuff. Yeah. I've never really had to be fighting from the bottom and spinning and all that. The advice I always got was to get better at jiu-jitsu, to roll more, is to just roll more. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That's how you do it. Now, you've got a video where you talk about that just makes you more BJJ specific endurance. How do we actually build like VO2? Because you talk about level 2 endurance and things like that. You have this fantastic reason and science behind it. Can you go a little into that? Because I know you're a big fan of just rolling more.
Yeah, you're trolling. This is something that I definitely wanted to talk about. Now, I have to give a shout out to Carsten Overdite, a Norwegian researcher that does a lot of his, or has done a lot of his research in BJJ specific conditioning, strength and endurance. Basically, a lot of his research has been done purely on BJJ to try and improve the body of literature around jiu-jitsu and grappling. And unbeknownst to a lot of people, there is a body of literature around jiu-jitsu and grappling, and the findings are very, very interesting. Now, whenever I come out with videos or statements on podcasts and say things, I always get the pushback from other scientifically minded people. Like they'll throw their credentials out and say, why are you making bold statements on one paper? But it's not one paper. It's a body of literature. So we have meta-analysis, which is a combination of multiple different studies around this very question. How do you improve your gas tank for jiu-jitsu? The old school method, which comes from like that very hardened old school, 90s, noughties, old generation jiu-jitsu is just roll more, get on the mats. And the only way to get better the only way to improve your gas tank for jiu-jitsu is to do more jiu-jitsu. That's what a lot of old school black belt coaches will tell you. Just show up to the gym. There is some truth to it in terms of the more jiu-jitsu you do, the more time you spend on the mats, the more efficient your movements will be.